Live in a while, so I figure you guys probably miss me. No. Anyways, a couple of things. The holidays suck. But I think it's gonna get better. Um, I'm gonna have to plan better for next year uh, around the holidays so I can protect my little pool heart. Anyways, I know that a lot of people are out there, whether the family lives far away or you just don't deal with family, and not everybody has an invitation to like a Friendsgiving or whatever. So just know you are not alone. You are not alone. I'm going to be my own top fan. Let me see. Can I do it myself? Oh, I guess I can. Oh, I was trying to be my top fan. Let me see. We touch on. I forgot how to do the background. Create highlights. Let's see. Is it effect? Oh, jeez. No, I don't want you guys to get dizzy watching me double. Oh, the makeup. Ooh. I need to do this before I get on. Oh, it's not giving me options for makeup. Let's see. Miss. Oh, oof. No. Anyways, I was just trying stuff, but let me see what this looked like. Doesn't look like anything. It froze. There. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I forgot how to do. I have to practice. I think I have to go to. Let me change it back to normal. Because even if I don't have makeup on and dressed up, you guys still sign on here. Hello, hello. Who's here? Say hello, hello. Anyways, I just wanted to encourage you, especially the ones that had a loved one pass around this time. Hey, hey. Hello, hello, number one fan. Well, I'm cooking and the air conditioning pulls the light when it boosts up. Hello, hello, number two. Oh, number two. Different number two fan. Um, how is everybody? How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Oh, oh no, I'm so sorry. Five Glitter, your grandfather passed away yesterday. What was going on with him, if you don't mind sharing? Oh, your Thanksgiving was amazing. What was your favorite dish? I'll say what I miss from my Dominican holidays get together at grandma's house, or I think we used to do Christmas at one of my aunt's house, the Rosario, I think, because her house was bigger. But that was back then when we were smaller. Now, if everybody got together that came to Grandma's Sunday, oh, bone cancer, I'm so sorry. Man, I'm trying to get tested for all that. They're after 40, they tell you to do colon cancer, breast, mammograms, this, that, da 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 da. And it seemed like every time you turn around, they're like, oh, um, Anyways, I'll tell you that story later. But my favorite plate, I'll say this, it was okay. My plate would have Dominican potato salad, the pink one, and if you don't know, look it up. Look, Google Dominic or go to YouTube. Actually, YouTube has better video. Chef C, she does the best videos for Dominican food. She talks slow. She gives you the instructions in her caption, and she also posts them on the side so you can screenshot. And for the most part, it's easy to follow her recipes. She does have everything pre-prepped, so you have to pause a lot if you don't know. Like some dishes, I'm still learning how to cook all the food that we have, and I'm not even halfway through the list like of everything that I liked when I was little that I'm trying to remember. I still got birthday meals from October. I had some more leftovers, so I just glue them on, and this time instead of every other I just went pink on this hand with the tropical on the ring finger and turquoise on this side with the pink on this finger, ring finger. But I'm so sorry, I'm not trying to be insensitive. uh Five glitter, I hope, how's your family dealing? I know it takes a while. Like, I've never had to deal with, I have death that happened in my family, but I never had to do the process, so I don't like, I'm listening to one of my friends going through her mom passing, and I mean, going through her, like, that would be so hard for me going through all the stuff in the house and trying to decide what to keep because everything, I'm sure, like, I'm not a hoarder, but that would be a moment that my room would probably look like I'm a hoarder because I would want to keep everything. Like, when my mom died, she committed suicide, unfortunately. She was only 43, and I was just finding out I was pregnant with my second baby. He's not a baby no more. He's 16. But yeah, that's the one thing I thought about. I was like, I can't even imagine what my brother and my sister went through in Spain, going through all her things, especially my brother. My brother handle, even though he's younger than me, he had to be the man of the house, and I'm over here in the US, they're over there in Spain and DR and other places that he had to go through stuff. She had all these different places, and it's all, he had to deal with a lot. So I respect Cesar so much, like my little brother. I respect Cesar because I, you know, I don't know how he got through that, going through and not only that, did he have to go through all her stuff and clear her place and get a prep and sell it, whatever. He had his dad helping him and all that, but and he had other family member helping him, but then here comes the family wanting stuff that she left behind or wanting some of her properties. And I'm like, I'm her daughter and I'm not even asking for all that. Like, I was just thinking about my brother, my sister, and, but I was kind of really disappointed. I didn't get anything. Like, not a teddy bear. I don't want material stuff like physical, like houses. And, okay, whatever. There was a whole legal situation with that. But I was like, dang, I can't even get her memorial stuff, like the printouts that they be doing for the memorial, the the wake, whatever they did, they had to do most of it in the DR because that's where she decided to go out and take herself out. But I just like after a couple of years, I remember like, dang, nobody can even mail me her like her memorial thing with her picture on it. I took a screenshot off Facebook, but I was like, I would have loved to kept if she had like a favorite figurine or even, I mean, I know that's material stuff, but even a necklace or just something and the pamphlet to for her memorial. I know people are grieving, and I felt horrible trying to push that, especially since my brother, I know my aunt, the one that I talked to the most, was helping him, and she just lost her sister, and but time went on, and now it's been 17 years. And it's like I still don't have anything from her. I don't know if everything was thrown out. Like, I already feel horrible and raised with her. So, but luckily, I did get to spend some time in Spain with her, and I guess I'll just have the memories. But have to have to go. I hope y'all when I say remember God loves. Oh, thank you, Five Glitter. God loves you too. She said, but I have to go. Let me see. She says something else. I'm in high school right now. Oh man, it's been hard to make friends, and people keep making fun of me at the fact that my grandpa, what? At me, of me, at the fact that that your grandpa passed? Well, I think she left already. Um, but I have to go. Hope y'all have a nice day. Remember always, God loves you. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, Five. So Five Glitter on here said that her grandpa passed away yesterday. I don't know if you're a girl or boy, but I've been calling you a girl and you didn't say nothing. So, her grandpa passed yesterday from bone cancer. And why would your friends be making fun of you for your grandpa in high school? High school is it could be either really good, I guess middle school and high school. It could be really good or really bad. I did middle school in the Bronx, by Jerome Street, in between Grand Concourse and Jerome Street. I think it's called John something now. I swear, I remember it being called PS something, but now it's called John something. And I got bullied. Like, I think I only went there seventh and eighth. And I definitely got bullied. There was this Puerto Rican chick. If you guys don't know the history about any culture, usually one set of people that came in and colonized and took over and raped women, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but anyway, so they convinced the people of that land to hate another. It's the dumbest thing. And to this day, it still goes on. So Puerto Rico, I'm not going to say all Puerto Ricans, but back in the day, I was told, and I thought it was just because my parents didn't want me, like my dad didn't want me to marry a black guy. So I thought that he was telling me that for me to stay out of the Bronx, because he's like, oh, there's a whole bunch of Puerto Ricans and blacks in the Bronx and da da da. They don't like us, da da da. And other people were saying that, like other Dominicans. So I was really nervous. And then looking back when I was telling my story when I first started my channel in 2020, I now I realize, because I'm actually going back on Google Maps trying to find the different homes that I was in. I went through 4 homes in 4 years and 3 homes in 1 year. It had to be 2 years because I remember having a lot of breaks and going. I know the first home I only was there a few months because, yeah, I remember having Christmas there, and then they were, it was the summertime. So I think I came in during the summertime, and then I went to school, started school, and had Christmas, and then by the winter time, I was at my next place, starting another school, another middle school. But the first home, I didn't realize that that was the Bronx. There was houses and there was a project right across the street from it. So I had to look for that specific project because I couldn't remember if it was like Westchester or I remember Roosevelt, but I think it's because I think that that was the high school that I was supposed to go to if I stayed. And I heard Roosevelt High School in New York is supposedly horrible. In Washington State is actually a pretty good school. So when I heard there was a Roosevelt here, I was like, oh no. And then I found out that my foster grandpa went there. He was in a football team. Or no, did he go to Garfield? I think he went to Roosevelt or Garfield. One or the other. Anyway, Washington State stuff. If you guys don't live here, you probably are like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, please pray for Five Glitter. Um, God knows their real name and the situation. That is a hectic time. But anyways, I jumped from one thing to another. Um, yeah, so I didn't realize I was in the Bronx. My caseworkers just said, "Okay, we found you a Spanish family, da-da-da," and you just get dropped off and hope for the best. It's crazy. So I found my first home. I found the projects. I could not find the house. I kept, like, you know how many hours I go to the Bronx, go to Westchester, because I remember there was a train, a subway line that went like 5 blocks down. So I was like, okay, every subway that looks like it has a neighborhood, that looks like it has a project, and then the other side is houses. And then just blowing it out. What's the street? I remember that street, but I don't know. And then I found Lexington Shopping Center, I think, or whatever. Most of the New York shops are like little tiny shops. You just go from one to, it's not malls like in Washington State. You go to Northgate Mall, South Center Mall, Alderwood Mall, and you get whatever you need. In New York, a lot of the times you just go like either street shopping where people are selling stuff. They got tables outside. You walk 5 blocks and you have appliance, jewelry, coat, sweater, everything you need, right? Um, so yeah, I found the first house finally. I started with the last house because that was the easiest since I was older and I was paying more attention. I remember, okay, it's where the Dominican parade. Once I found out, oh yeah, Grand Concourse. Okay, yeah, I remember Jerome Street because I used to cross that to go up the street, up the stairs, and around the corner because I used to walk from the Bronx to Manhattan to visit my grandma. So I found all that. I Googled how to, like, the direction from Grand Concourse to my grandma's address. It said, oh yeah, it's 44 minutes or 46 minutes walk. I said, yeah, right. The first time that I did it, it took me 2 hours because the girl that was teaching me how to walk it, she was like, oh yeah, here. Then after a few times of doing it, I found, okay, if I cut through here, if I cut through this alley, if I cut through the stairs, and I maybe had it down to like an hour. I don't know what how Google measures. They must have like a 7 foot person walking them streets to tell you that it would take 40 some minutes. And an hour, it was almost running. Like to go there, it would take me an hour and a half because I would, walk slow, whatever. But coming back, sometimes I did have to run. Now, if I ran off and on, then yeah, I could do it in 30, 40 minutes. But yeah, luckily the streets are flat in New York. At least that part. The only part that was uphill was to Jerome, and I had to go up the hill to go to the apartment that the High Towers lived at in by Grand Concourse. So yeah, but I have not found the second home that I, and obviously I moved to Washington from New York with the fourth family that I came in, that I went to, because nobody wants a teenager. And the people that do barely care, I don't think. I don't know. I don't want to talk for everybody because I do know some people that took in foster kids and they really did it for the right reason. They really loved the kid. They took them full on, and that's their kid. And you could always tell that they didn't do it for the money or for the status of saying, like, look at me, I saved the kid. But, anyways, I just wanted to, send hugs and care for those people that, have a hard time during the holidays. I've always had like get togethers at my house. I didn't care who didn't bring anything. I just made sure I had the main meal stuff laid out. Not the traditional stuff. Most of the time I did two chickens, two different styles. So if people wanted spicy or regular or fried or da da da, or, you know, I did what I could. But everybody was fed and they had enough, so that's all that counts. But yeah, it's really been hitting me the last 2 years. And I was trying to think. I'm like, why? I've been not doing the holidays with the people that brought me out here for a long time. Why do I care all of a sudden? Why is it more painful and sad or whatever? And I think it's because during the pandemic, like before the pandemic, I used to maybe go here and there to other people. Definitely before I moved to where I am now, I used to have friends over or whatever. And that those are more fun because you can be yourself around your friends. It's not a judgment thing. It's just fun. We can decide whether, okay, we're going to drink, we're going to drink. We're going to put music on, we're going to put music on. We're going to play games, we're going to play games. We're going to watch a movie. So it's whatever. When you do Friendsgiving, to me is so much better because it's so much more relaxed. You don't have to get dressed up if you don't want to. Like it's not a showy thing. But I definitely miss. Oh, the plate. What would my plate look like if I could have everything I craved for Thanksgiving? So of course I wanted. I know it's not traditional, but I wanted lo tres golpes. I wanted my salami, fried cheese, and my. I don't really. I don't think I make mango that good, so I haven't been craving it. But just for the looks, we're gonna go for it. The little sauteed onions, the eggs. Okay, so that's plate one. Plate two is the Dominican potato salad, the pink one, pernil, and then I also want that sauce that it has all the herbs and I forgot what it's called, but it's like for fritura, for fried food, for fried meats and stuff. They pour it on, and it tastes so good. It's like it got sour orange. I mean, it's got everything in it, but it's liquefied because you put enough sour. Is it sour orange? Oregano, naranja agria. I think that's what it's called in English. I don't know. But and then I want some turkey. Then I want moro de guandules. So I don't care if it's traditional food or not. That would be my plate two. Now my plate three would have to have little cups, 4 cups. So I want dulce de coco, dulce de fresca, dulce de naranja, and there's another one that's like orange. But I just love coconut, so whatever else with coconut, maybe coconut cake or because the cake, the tres leche coconut cake, oh my god, it's so good. So that would be my dessert plate. What would be yours? Like, well, what was yours if you had family? Um, and I wanted to say, like, I am extremely grateful. Now, mind you, I was crying though. My kids left Wednesday to go to their grandma's house, and then they were going to the aunt's, uh, my foster dad's sister's house. That's where they normally do Thanksgiving, and then they do Christmas at grandma's house. But they left Wednesday just to have a day to chill, and then they can get driven there because she lives in a pretty steep hill. And my son is getting better at driving. He's 21. He's been driving since 18. Well, 16 technically, but really 18. That's when he really got his car, and yeah. But I still get a little like, I don't know, you haven't done that yet. I remember the first time he had to drive in the rain. Oh my, the heavy rain, not like the drizzle, the heavy rain. I was panicking. I was looking at the trackers. I was looking like, oh, is he home yet? Is he home? Oh my God. I was so scared. But anyway, so yeah, it hit me hard. And I was thinking, during the pandemic, it got me used to, like, we used to do Zooms. Um, I remember for New Year's, I had like 2 Zoom to go to for New Year's. So I was cooking, dancing, all that stuff, and had a blast. Like everybody was sharing what they were eating, da da da. And then I would also get Zooms from family, cousins, sisters, and all that stuff. my stepmom, and but I'm not gonna blame them because dealing with perimenopause, and I'm not gonna blame just perimenopause because I know it's my mouth. I have a choice to keep it closed, but it has made me a little more vocal, and also I just don't want to put up with nobody's mess. Like I, I give, and I get taken advantage of. So I've cut a lot of people. People have cut me because they just don't like the new me, and that's fine. But in those moments, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not getting a call. I didn't even get a happy Thanksgiving. Like, I've gotten off, um, and I'm not proud of it because at the end of the day, I was taught to respect my elders, and, but I did snap on my stepmom, like around Father's Day, about Father's Day, and her trying to pressure me to say Happy Father's Day to somebody that doesn't deserve it. So I just said, when are you going to stop? But I took it a little further, but she's like, okay, whatever. She just, when you're older, you just like, whatever. You don't care if somebody's there. Now, I'm not planning to disrespect her like that anymore or whatever, but I just know whenever it's needed, whether it comes out rough, I don't know how to wrap it up in a bow and make it pretty. Like, if you piss me off or if you push me, I'm not going to be that other girl that you stepped on for 10 years. Somebody can talk to me dirty, can call me, can gossip about me all day long. And the minute I say something that's like a bit of truth and it's too harsh, or it's not put in a pretty bowl with sparkles and sprinklers, oh, 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 it's cut, Joanna. So it's like, you know, what can you do? But yeah, so that when I realized that, I was like, oh, I guess the other sister's not talking to me anymore either. So I was like, okay. So, and now my niece, which I was communicating through phone, now I would never do that. And obviously my kids go to people's houses that I don't talk to, I don't fuck with. So I'm not that type of man, the mom that would be like, I'm not talking to you, so my kid can't. It's like, no. And the saying, I heard a saying the other day, well, if you don't like me, then you don't like my kid, or, no, that's bull. Like, just because I had to confront you on your bullshit that you've been on since I known you, doesn't mean that I don't love an innocent kid. Like, I could separate the two. So I don't know if her phone is blocked or what. But London, if you ever hear this, I love you. I keep texting you. I wish I had your email. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on all those kid sites. So maybe you'll find voice one day. They have all that stuff. Um, but just know that over here in Washington, all three of us, all four of us, Cola would love you too. We love you and we miss you, and I hope to hear from you soon. I hope you're okay. I'm so proud of how bright and smart you are. I feel horrible that I was not able to be close to you like I wanted to because I don't live in the state. I don't live in Connecticut. I don't live in Jersey. I don't live in New York. But even if I did, I feel like the mom would try to be like, eh. So I don't know. And now that the other sister, I guess, decided to cut me, I'm really going to be out the loop because at least I was able to get pictures from her when she graduated. I'm like, oh, that's cute, But so that part hurt, thinking about that I'm gonna miss out on my niece's life just because people don't like when I say what's true to me, what they did wrong, or what I don't like. Um, and I thought we were working on it, me and my other sister, but she's busy with her boyfriend, and people are telling her stuff, I'm sure. So she's like, oh, she just doesn't want to deal, doesn't want to talk. But so yeah, I don't know, it hit me hard. Like when the kids left, I just felt it's not even alone because I had that feeling before, and I was fine. Like I would put music on. I think you know I'm a Libra, but I think I was mixed. I have a little bit of Taurus in me. I think because first of all, I'm real stubborn. I know Libras are stubborn, but I'm really, really stubborn. And I notice food makes my world go around. If there's a date planned without food, I have a big issue. Like, I have an attitude because I'm like, you're not planning this for me. After 2 to 3 hours, I'm like a baby. You got to feed me. Anyways, so, like, I didn't have much at home, and I was like, why didn't I plan this? I spent too much on my birthday. That's what happened. I was depending on a friend to, help me out and kind of balance it out and get this while I get that. But they couldn't do that. So I was just like, okay, we're just going to try to figure it out. And I borrowed some money from my son. But when I borrow, of course, I have to pay it right back. So yeah, November was kind of real tight because I went overboard for October. But mind you, for 40 years, I did not celebrate myself. I was always thinking about other people's birthdays and making sure I had enough to get whatever that was. And also my kids, I try to do it big for them every year, create memories and stuff. And especially after I ended up in the hospice, thinking I was gonna go at 40, at 30, I was turning 40, I was 39. I could have been gone. I'm 36 now, thank God. So he pulled me through. So after that, I decided, like, if I can't do my birthday the way I want to, then I'm not gonna worry about whose birthday's before me, whose birthday's after. I'm gonna try to do self-care and try to think of me for once. As women, as people, period, as caring people, the people that have, what is it called when you have, not a sympathetic heart, but, I forgot, I forgot what it's called, but it's like when you take everybody else's emotion and you feel it, and empath. When you're an empath and, you just try to solve people's problems before they even have them, or if they do have them, you try to do, and you get burned out doing that. Like you get really burned out. But yeah. So next year I'm definitely gonna plan better. I'm gonna do a little less for my birthday, and I'm gonna try to, yeah, plan better. I saw that one of my friends on YouTube, Facebook, I went to high school with her. I saw that she was at like a R&B bingo thing. I tried to do that one time. I ended up in the wrong place. I was so mad, but I still had a bomb and a drink. I had a Long Island iced tea. That's my drink. That's my drink. But I think I may be getting a little sensitive. Because, man, let me tell you, halfway through that, I was like, I don't remember it hitting me this hard. So I might have to find the next thing down from Long Island iced tea. You let me know if you know in the comment what could I do. I don't like uh, teenies and all that stuff because it's just this little thing. I need something that at least it's 8 ounces. I don't know. I need like a fruity. I like fruity. I like strong. Even though Long Island iced tea doesn't really have a flavor, it's super strong. So I like that. Just one, take me there. But yeah, so they did like a Friendsgiving thing because they usually do those bingo thing like at a restaurant, a bar or a restaurant type of thing. So I was like, oh, that looks like so much fun. They were having a blast. So I was like, dang, where was it? But that one happened in Tacoma, so that was too far from me. But yeah, I have to look out for them because that looks like a blast. That way you're not alone, you're around people, so I'll have to plan something like that. Or even if I do something 2 or 3 days before it, I'll be too tired to care. The other reason that I think I was in my head too much was because I did not get me a drink. I don't drink that much anymore. I did that when I was a teen. I'm over all that. But I should have just had a little something light to make a margarita or something like that. So, yeah, I was just in my head crying. But between my aunt, the other Mari, and my daughter actually um, did, WhatsApp me, and we were on live. We did, I was watching the baby. She's so cute. She's growing up so fast. She's only 6, 7 months, and she's already crawling. She's ready to walk. She's talking. She's responding. She's like, yeah, no. So that made me feel. So we did that for about 4 or 5 hours. We were just. So I was like, right before she called or video called, I was like, Joanna, just get up and do something. Like, I didn't have I had food, but like when you're like, dang, I don't have anything to put together, or I couldn't figure out what I would want to eat. But I definitely didn't try to go get a turkey or ham or anything. So I was like, dang, I can't even pretend I'm having a celebration up in here. So I turned on some lights, put some music on. She called. I was like, I'm going to make something. So I found the last two tamales. I heated that up. Then I made an orange cake. Um, I tried to do a glaze, but it didn't work with the regular sugar. The powdered sugar works so much better to make glaze. But either way, it was still good. I still enjoyed it. Then once I was done cooking, baking, or not cooking, warming up stuff and baking, I was like, okay, I'm tired. Took my 2 gummies and a nap. Took a nap. Woke up. The kids are still gone. So, yeah, they didn't come back until like Friday night. So, yeah, they left Wednesday morning and came back Friday night. But I really appreciate you, Shay Shay, for keeping me on the phone and keeping my mind off stuff for those 4 hours during Thanksgiving. She was home cooking up a storm. She did this stewed chicken looking thing. It looked good. And then she did this corn. I got a cream of corn something. I gotta look that up. I gotta ask her again what was it. Because it definitely looked good and I need to make that. It was like a custard, kind of like a dessert. And what else did she make? She made some kind of rice and beans. It's like a moro, which it's together. And I forgot what else she showed me, but yeah, it made me feel good to at least have company. And she was like, "Girl, I'm feeling the same way. I'm just here." And so we were able to help each other out, keep each other company. But anyways, I just wanted to check in with people. I know it's hard. And then Christmas is coming. So just make sure if you're by yourself, you make plans and check in on your single friends or your non-family friends. Check in on them. It's probably the time people are the happiest, and then some people are the saddest, the lowest. Like I was talking about my mom earlier, you know. Uh my foster dad's mom she was so nice to me. Grandma Sarah. Her birthday is the 24th, so I always try to do a little candle for her and think about the good times, the memories. And then my mom's birthday is the 25th. My sister in Spain, her birthday is the 22nd. So I'm trying to figure out how to send her something. It's so hard to do international stuff, especially right now. But even if it's late, I'm going to try to send her something. I've never done it. I know my mom used to send me stuff all the time for my oldest son when he was a baby. I still have his little baby socks. So cute. But yeah, so just I'm definitely not gonna be in the house, I tell you that much. I'm gonna go somewhere. I just gotta figure out because everything is closed, but obviously there's some places that are open. If not the day of, maybe 2 days before, celebrate. So that way I can be too tired to care and be in bed. But I was planning to play something, but I don't know if it's gonna let me. I know YouTube be like, oh. Let me see if I can go to the part. What do you do to motivate yourself? Like, what do you do to motivate yourself? Like, for me, I was so drained from yesterday. Oh, by the way, women talk, warning, 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 warning for the men that don't want to hear women stuff. So, if you've been on my channel, please, by the way, subscribe, like, share if you care. Um, I've been talking and advocating for people to speak up for yourself because the doctors will try to gaslight you and try to make you feel like you are cuckoo for Cocoa Bobs. And when you first start perimenopause, you don't know what hit you because it comes out of nowhere. It's just one day you have night sweats, and then you have maybe 2 or 3 symptoms at once. You're like, whoa, what's this? Then you start snapping like a dog with rabies. Just you just snap it, and then you're like, I didn't need to get that mad. Why did I get that mad? I don't understand. Da, da, da. That's what made me speak up for myself in a good way. And a good thing about it was that it made me stand up for myself in a way that I wasn't standing up for myself before. Now, I started this mess at 34 or 35. I remember because I was living down south and I was like, what is this? all of a sudden at nighttime I would have to wake up, change my sheets, and I'm like, it's not even that hot. Like, I know I don't have the heat on. Now I can't sleep right if I don't have two fans on me. uh, I have to use my duvet without the blanket in it, so that way I can take the blanket and put it to the side when I need it. Keep one leg out. If I keep my left foot out, then my whole body feels normal. If I put that foot in the covers, even if it's just the duvet and the sheet that I use, my whole body feels haywire. It Perimenopause, it's something that nobody warns you about, because all you hear is menopause. There's perimenopause, there's menopause, and then there's postmenopause. There's three of them. And yes, it can come early. Now I don't know what makes it come early, because I talked to some of my family from my mom's side, some of the ladies from my mom's side, some of the ladies from my dad's side. They all had it normal, 50s, 60s, 70s. They all had it at a normal age. I don't understand why I got it early. But maybe it's the environment, maybe it's the stressors that I had in my life. I don't know. But either way, it came early. The doctors refused to say that it was that. And not only that, but they don't offer you any help. And I've heard this in the group that I belong to now. I just joined 5, 6 years ago, because I'm like, I'm going crazy. Like, I gotta know if other people are going through. And yes, every woman almost every woman in the groups talks about how the doctor either ignore them or say, "Oh, you'll be okay," "Oh, you just exhausted," or it's just side effects from the meds, from this med, that med. Oh, they make every excuse not to get you help. And yesterday I had an appointment at a women's clinic, and I kept seeing in the groups HRT. And I was like, okay, people say, what is that? Oh, hormone replacement therapy. And I'm scared, because I'm thinking it's kind of be like the iron infusion that I get, where you have to get hooked up, get the stuff in your body, the liquids in your body, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do one more thing, one more treatment, one more pill. What is it? No, no, no. Some people were like, oh, I got the patch, and then I have to take this so the estrogen doesn't get out of control, blah, blah, blah. But what I do see is that a lot of them said, oh, yeah, it helped me lose weight, helped me with my rage, it helped me with my night sweats, all the side effects. There's like 20, 30 side effects with this that you could have. Thank God I don't have a few of them that I'm like, oh my God, that sounds painful. Like the dry V. How do people function? I have the opposite problem. The doctor laughed when I was like, no, I actually have the opposite problem. I have to keep stuff padded up, because I'm like, it's always flowing. Like, I don't know what's wrong with her. But, yeah, she's like, because I was like, I don't know if I qualify. I'm 46 now. At 44, finally, 10 years or 12 years, however many years it's been, finally my doctor started like, but it took a couple of visits for me to be like, hey, you said that now you believe that I could be in perimenopause. And she refused to say peri. It's like, no, I'm not saying, because she's like, oh, well, you have your period. Do you not know? Like, are you not a real woman? Because for you not to know, when you look like you've been through it and you finally done, maybe she don't remember. That's the other thing about perimenopause. It does affect your memory. So I'm so glad that I got my videos and my stories out before I lost all my memory. Because I don't know, but my long-term memory seems better than my short-term memory. Because I'll forget what I ate last night, but I'll remember what you told me 10 years ago. I'll remember that. But yeah, so she's like, no, you qualified. Because I thought it was going to affect. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've also had thyroid problems where just make a list. Like, I'm counting about 12 things wrong with me so far. It's crazy. But you know what? I'm still smiling. I'm still here. God put me through. He took me out of that hospice. People were shocked. Like, I was like the Walking Dead. When people saw me walk into a graduation, oh, we didn't expect you to see you, especially you walking, you looking like wow, how are you alive? It's like, what? I wanted to say, what kind of fucking question is that? But I couldn't. I was at a church. I was my son's friend's graduation. I was like, I don't want to embarrass my kids. But I swear, I see now, I see why old people just say it like it is, because you can't control it. Like your anger is quicker, your irritation level is put on 100. It just irritate that comment. Or somebody said to me like, "Oh, you're not what I expected." I was like, "Well, what did you expect?" Because she knows my kids. And she's like, "I don't know. I just didn't know what to expect. You're not what I expected." What? The hell do you mean? Oh my God, people are so annoying. I swear. I just want to, next time I'm around those people, I'm just going to put headphones on and be like, I got to concentrate. I'm working. Like, I can't talk. Because dumbass question. I'm scared that my mouth is going to react before my brain catches it. And I'm going to, I know I could hurt people's feelings. I'm real nice, real sweet. But please mind your fucking business. Mind your business. Don't come at me with stupid ass questions. Don't come at me with dumb comments. Because I don't know how much longer I can hold it in. Like, I've been holding my mouth as long as I could. I held it in. And people think, oh, she's dumb. She's quiet. No, if you knew the shit I wanted to say in my head, hmm, you'd be like, this girl needs to go into a mental institution. But yeah, no, I'm still here. But yeah, so the thyroid, I was nervous. One of the nurses I spoke to on the phone, the insurance nurse, um, she was like, "Oh, I think it would affect the thyroid medication. I have hypothyroid and parathyroid. I'm waiting for the surgery to happen. That's another story." But so I was scared to go to the appointment. I was like, "Oh, dang, I'm not gonna qualify to get the patch and get the stuff because I'm taking natural stuff, but I'm not doing a great job. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it says to do that, the little drop things that I got, like 5 times a day or 3 times a day. I don't remember. I do whenever I look over there and okay, if I'm not full, I do a full dropper and so with natural stuff, you definitely have to do consistently, you definitely have to do more. And then you have to find the right things. So, but it is helping me in my other stuff. Like, I'm not low in iron, I'm not anemic right now. So, anyway, so yeah, I was a little sad. But no, the doctor was like, no, you qualify for the patch. We'll give you this too. And that'll help balance out the estrogen so it doesn't get too high because then it's cancer. Just everything leads to cancer, basically. It's just that's just the world we live in. Everything leads to cancer. You do this, you stretch the wrong way. It seemed like it's like, geez, what happened? We didn't have this much cancer before. What happened? Is it the food? Is it the air? They're spraying stuff in the air. Like, what is it? But so yeah, it's just I'm definitely gonna be prepared for Christmas. I'm gonna do something. I was gonna do this thing that was happening on November 22nd. The tickets seem a lot, like it was 88, but the guy did say, oh, it includes drinks and, or maybe one drink, and food and, all these different activities. And I was like, oh my God. So it's kind of like an artsy thing. So I'm like, oh, I got the perfect outfit. I didn't get to wear my birthday outfit, so I was gonna wear that. And but then I start thinking, like, what if I'm overdressed, or what if I stand out too much? I don't like to, like, I know I'm gonna get looked at no matter what I have on, because that's just the way it goes. People either think I'm weird or think I'm sexy, and I don't know which one, but both of them make me feel uncomfortable. Like, look away, look away. If you want to talk, come talk to me. Look away if you don't. But I definitely know I was gonna stand out in that because it's real extra. It's like real extra. The thing, the over thing. I don't even know what to call it. It's like a little over jacket thing, but it's not a jacket. It's like that type of material that breathes. Anyways, but I was so excited and I was about to get the ticket. I'm like, even though it's $88, 89, I don't have it, but I'm gonna force it in my budget because I have to get out, have to do something. Then I go on there to buy a ticket. It's 100 and something. I said, oh no. No, so that ruined it because I only had that in mind. I should have screenshotted a couple of events or sent myself a couple of events. So when I had it, when I could get the ticket, I could get the ticket and do something. But I didn't prepare. I did not prepare. So, but yeah, I feel like once I'm able to move out of this area, either back to Florida or back to Seattle, then, I'll start making friends and having Friendsgiving, and then everything will be okay. It's just right now, this place is real stickity, dickety, dackety. It's just real, it doesn't make sense. Like, and plus, most of the people do have their own families and all that stuff. So I definitely understand that, but yeah, it's a lonely feeling, and it's not lonely like poor me. No, I know that I wouldn't want to. Like, I actually hated going when I used to go to my foster parents because I had to kind of wait till they were done. I don't like to play board games. Um, I miss my food, my family's food, and family get together where we were just loud, dancing, talking, girls playing bingos, guys playing dominoes. Like, I miss that environment so much. So it was really painful to be there. After I ate, I was like, okay. Like, if I had a car at that time, I would just bounce after I ate because that's all I needed. Let me get my plate to go and bye. After that, there's nothing to do for people that don't like to play board games or card games or whatever. There's nothing to do. It's just sit there. And most of the time, now that my health is more like, I remember the last time I went to somebody's house was the 4th of July. I was so tired. Like, I don't have energy. And I don't know how to explain that to people. Like, I still want to be invited, but I need to, like, don't get offended if I just have to go after I eat. Or let me lay in your bed, let me lay in your couch. One or the other. Like, I could do either. I just can't. I don't have the energy to sit like, I have lower back pain, my sciatica, all that stuff. So it just starts feeling really uncomfortable, and I just want to lay down, lay back, and relax. And so now, so I actually, the last thing that I was invited to, I actually locked myself in the bathroom for 20 minutes. I just needed to not have nothing in my ear. I just needed to breathe. And I don't know why that made the lady nervous. She's like, "Where were you? I was looking for you." I'm like, I just, oh, I was in the bathroom, and I was like, did she think I was looking through herself? Because her bedroom was like over that hallway or whatever. I just needed to just not hear anything, to kind of put some cold water in my face. And it wasn't boring. Like, it was fun being there. I love watching other people play, like, especially a new game. I'm like, okay. I'm just not that competitive, and I get mad if I lose. So, and I don't understand new games that quickly. Now, I have been playing with my kids. I'm trying to get into it with them, for them, but they don't judge me when I lose. They actually like it when I lose. So, but anyways, yeah, I realized after that I'm like, you know what? I just can't go to nobody's house unless they understand that after I have to lay down. The socks go on the other side, and that sock isn't mine. It's the Kari's. Oh, I smell the food. Now I got the house smelling like Thanksgiving now. Flip the chicken. Yeah. Thank you, Papa. So, yeah, she tried to invite us for dinner. And I was like, oh, I'll send the boys. Because I know I just, like, how do you say, I don't want to do small talks. I just want to eat and lay down. That sounds rude, but, like, that's basically all I have energy to do. It's just, so, I don't know. I appreciated when I did go, like, when I was at my grandma's house. They brought me food, they brought me drinks, and I just sat on the couch, watched everybody's chaos. People, my aunts were dancing, my uncles were gossiping and talking, laughing, my cousins were laughing. Like, that's what I'm used to, that's what I miss. There's music playing. Like, I could do that, but I know most people want to talk and want to do stuff after dinner, and then if I do have a drink, if they even offer, most people that I go around don't drink because they're either Christian. I don't know if they drink. They just never pull out what wine or whatever. So, but I always think to myself, I wonder if I brought a drink, would they judge me? If I'm the only one drinking, like, that's uncomfortable. And it's not even alcohol. I would drink like a mic or something, put it in a fancy glass, make it look fancy, make it look like soda. That might make it worse. I don't know. But yeah, so that's the type, like, I don't know. I don't know. But I will figure it out. And then I was mad because I was like, not mad, but just like disappointed. I was like, ah, when I'm talking to somebody and they don't think about me, but then I'm like, okay, I'm a big baby. Like, he would have to overthink like me every 2 seconds. Like, oh, Johnny's by herself. Let me videotape her. Let me call. Let me text. Da, da, da. Meanwhile, I know how it is when I get busy and I'm around people. I'm doing my event. I can't be on the phone like that. I can't be texting like that. So I had to put myself in his shoes like, okay, this is why he was annoyed with me the first time we talked and got together. So I don't have energy to fight and argue. I don't have it in me. I'd rather just cut and move on. But yeah, so I calm myself down before I let that brew in my head about him. I was like, okay, Joanna, you gotta put yourself in his shoes. You're being stupid, you're being dramatic, you're being a baby. So, and then my daughter called, so it was all good. I wasn't alone anymore. But what are your plans? I noticed the comments stopped. So I don't know if I have to have a certain amount of followers to have more comments available, like unlimited. I don't know. I'll have to go into my settings and figure that out. I'm gonna try to get like a divider and do a live from my computer because you could do more when you're on the computer. So I'm gonna try that. That's my goal for 2026. It's to get better at doing, even if nobody's listening, just for my sake, I want to get better at it. So maybe even get a little mic. I did get a little mic. I don't think it made a difference. I listened to the video. The volume sounded the same, the one that I didn't have the mic on. So I think you need the mic that's like, but then I'm scared that I would be too loud. I don't know. But it definitely would help with the settings and the common stuff. So I have to see if I have a limit because I have it set that way that only 20 people can comment or 5 people, 10 people. Um, yeah, because I also noticed that the comments are not there. Like the comment choice is not there on the videos. Like I tried to comment on one of my videos and I clicked on it and it was like blank. And I was like, huh, I must have, I have to update my stuff. I haven't been in the settings, in the YouTube settings stuff in a long time. So, but anyways, I'm just gonna pray for the ones that need prayer. I think about the homeless people too. I know that most of them find somewhere to go eat and this and that, and that they get fed. They probably can take stuff with them from food banks and stuff, but it was pretty cold and it was raining hard for a few days, I think before Thanksgiving. And I just think about, you know, when we think we have it rough, I think about that. And I also think about some people in my home, in the DR that don't have family in the US sending them monies, helping them out, that are struggling. Shoot, some of my family, were struggling. Thank God that the person that I talked to, she's doing better. But, my heart just, so whenever I think about complaining, I am like reminding myself I have a lot to be grateful for. So I'm just thankful, thinking about all the caseworkers that I had through the foster care system, after the foster care system, and the shelters that were great at their job, that loved what they did, and really wanted to help the kids or the adults. Um, I'm grateful for them to have had them in my life, guiding me, helping me, teaching me, giving me great advice. Whether I took it or not, that's another story. But I have them, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for Beth, Mateo, Lacey, all the Kathys that I've had in my life that have been good friends, and so many people. Of course, my kids, the people that helped me make them, even though, one of them is, anyways. But I am grateful that they were born and that they are who they are. They teach me stuff. They force me to grow in a certain way. They push me to be better and to be here, to be honest with you, because I don't know if I had them, if I would have fought that hard to get out of the hospice. I, to be honest with you, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have fought at all. So at 39, I would have been gone. So, you know, it's just, so yeah, when you think you're down and out, try to remind yourself of everybody that you met, that you touched in a certain way, that you impacted. I've known that I do my work quietly. Like, I don't go around boasting, but I've known I've touched a lot of people's life. I leave relationships better than I found them. I mean, my high school boyfriend, high school sweetheart, whatever, that was a hard situation. I don't think I left that better than I found them, but I was under pressure to get rid of that relationship. So much pressure. High school, new town, new state. I was going through a lot, and unfortunately, I as a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, whenever I think I was 16, um, you don't, like, I don't know. I already have a hard time confronting or talking about sensitive stuff. Like, it takes me a while to muster up the courage, because not because I'm scared like that, but I know I've been told that when I think I'm being sensitive, I'm being soft. I've been told I'm harsh, or I'm like, whatever. So I never know how to talk about sensitive stuff right when it's bothering me, because I either blow up, or I was just like, whatever, whatever, whatever. But it's still in me, and it boils, and and then it pops. And then when it pops, I say what I say what I meant to say, and it's all bad. Um, so I think that that's the only situation that I wish I could have. Uh, I wish I could have handled that better, and I wish I wouldn't have listened to my foster dad. Um, so that's the one. But other than that, I've had a lot of great, even him, like, he came in and kind of was so protective over me, and so loving and so caring at a time that, like, he didn't know me. He didn't know what I was going through, what I went through before I got to Seattle, in Washington State. But he took care of my heart. Like, he just covered me in a way that he'll never understand how much I needed that at that time, and how much I appreciated him for the impact he had in my life. Um, and of course, I appreciate my aunts. I appreciate Tia Lamari, Tia Rosario, Tio Domingo, Tio Luis. I I really appreciate them. They showed up in ways that I didn't expect. And despite all the gossip and all the stuff, the people that they might have heard, every time I'm around them, I don't feel judged. I don't feel, pushed aside like I don't matter. So I really appreciate them. And all the cousins, Jay, I you know, me and him have an Instagram friendship. We just send each other Facebook, Instagram. We just send each other a whole bunch of memes and keep our minds from going crazy, I guess, and getting depressed and trying to uplift each other and encourage each other. So I love that because sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes it's just knowing somebody. And if I do need to vent a little bit, I'll vent a little bit. You'll be like, oh. Most guys like, oh. They're not as emotional as girls, but it's nice to have a friend cousin because I used to have many, but because of what happened with the family or my mouth or whatever, it's just not not happening. And I finally let it go. I finally stopped trying and I finally said, okay, it's okay. I don't have to be in everybody's life just because we were close when we were little doesn't mean it's not going to make a difference in my life if they don't want to open the door or if the door is just not available. So, but either way, um, even though it was hard to sit at home for 3 days and just not have food like I wanted to have, like I wanted to order the Dominican salami and the fried cheese and do the tres golpe for my kids the Thursday morning. And it's like, oh, we can't order that. We can't do. It was just a lot of negatives before Thanksgiving. So then once Thanksgiving came, it kind of hit me like, dang. Like what's it called? The donkey and Shrek. I'm all alone. There's nobody here beside me. But it's all good. We got through it. We got through it. And like I said, pray for Five Glitter. Her grandpa just passed yesterday in high school, young. It's tough. It's tough. I don't think, like for me, I'm gonna do, there's a book that you can buy. Because I did wills and stuff, and that crap don't work. Like, if you put stuff in your will and something actually happens to you, people don't follow your wishes. So I'm just like, okay, maybe I need to have somebody hired to say, this is what she wanted. She gonna do what she wanted. Like, I don't want to be viewed in a casket. Just go ahead and cremate me, pour me over waters in the Dominican Republic or Florida. If you can't take me to Dominican Republic, pour me to Florida. I'll get to the DR eventually. But yeah, I think the one time that I had to view a body, I didn't know I just saw a whole bunch of people crying. I was like five or maybe four or five. And it was very dramatic. I wish that they would have told me, no, you can't come in. Like, no, you stay out. I saw the lady, and it was one of my cousin's grandma. I saw the lady lying there. I think I used to call her grandma because my cousin called her grandma, and I was just there. And I thought she was another grandma. So that's why I was shocked when I met my dad's mom. And she's like, oh, I'm your grandma. And she did the kiss of death. It felt like she went boom, boom, boom. What? Get out of here. What is this? We're not at church. I didn't understand that kiss. That made me feel so uncomfortable. That's why I tell my kids, speak up. I don't care if it sounds rude. If you don't like something, tell me and I'll tell the person, or, you know. But so all the stuff I've been through made me really just overly protective, overbearing. But I'm trying my best to protect my kids because I would never want them to go through half of what I went through, a third of it, a fourth of it. I don't want none of it. So I try to stop it before it even comes this way for them. But yeah, I was confused. I was like, I thought I had two grandmas already. But she was like, I'm your grandma. And then when I came to New York, we were there every Sunday. So I'm like, you know, it's like, okay. Um, I forgot where I was going. But, oh, the grandma of my cousin. Yeah, I know I used to go to her house all the time. It was up the street from where I was at my grandma's house. And she had a well. And I don't know if that's what happened, but I remember hearing people say she fell in the well. And one time I was going to school and she was getting water from the well, and I was like, to me that looks so dangerous, that because it wasn't high enough to stop you from going over. I don't think. I don't know. It just looked dangerous to me. So I never understood that, why somebody younger didn't do that for her or whatever. But I was a kid. I was on my way to school. I just waved high and kind of kept going. And then when I saw her body, I kind of started thinking to myself, like, oh man, I, I, in my head, I thought it happened the day I saw her doing it. So I started feeling guilty, and I got out of there because I was like, dang, if I would have helped her, or could I helped her, because I was little. So the thing would have been to, like, the bucket, the little, you got to turn the thing to put the bucket down and put the bucket up. But I remember her kind of leaning in and getting, I was like, is she scooping the water? Like, I don't think it had a string. I think she just scooped the water. I don't know. Either way, it looked dangerous. And I thought it was kind of my fault for not helping her. So for the whole time I walked around, I got some food and got out of there. Like, it was too much. I would never want my kids to view me at like, no. We just, my soul is gone. Burn the fleshly wound, send it body, burn that mess, and just pour me over all the waters, the tropical waters you can. No lake, no river, no nothing in Washington. It's too cold. I want to be nice and warm. But yeah, it's too dramatic. I don't know when. Yeah, and people have passed. Like, my grandpa passed while I was in my first foster home. I couldn't go to the funeral because I was scared of my family. Mostly the men in my family. I didn't know if they were gonna hurt me or not. Then, of course, other people passed, but then my grandma passed, my dad's mom, and I was like, oh my God. I wanted to go so bad, but again, my dad is unpredictable. He's a Cancer, so very moody, very emotional. So I'm like, if he sees me there, is he gonna make a scene? You know. So I wasn't able to go to that. But if somebody else passes that I care about, I don't care. I'm going locked and loaded, and I wish somebody would tell me now that I don't belong. Like, I because I, I feel like I wonder if it looked like I'm not, like I didn't care, and I wasn't able to go to my mom's anything because it was in the DR. I just found out I was pregnant. I was 3 weeks. No, I was 6 weeks. And I remember when I flew to Spain, I was 3 weeks, lost that baby at 6 weeks. So it's too dangerous to fly around that time. And then I would have done it anyways if my stuff was set up right. Like my oldest was getting ready to go into kindergarten. It was just a lot going on, like really a lot going on. And to be honest with you, I was in Florida when they had the 1 year. I wanted to go to that too, but it's like it's a lot of money because I don't know who I could stay with, because I know my dad's side of the family lives in a whole nother area than my mom's side. So I don't know if I would be comfortable or if I could stay with some of my mom's family. I don't remember them too much. So I would have to get a hotel and figure out how to get back and forth and all that stuff and make sure I'm safe. Like, it was a lot to have to. And of course, when they're having the get togethers, they tell me like a month or so before. I'm like, when you're flying international, you have to plan that years ahead of time. At least give me 6 months head time. I would need at least 2 years head time to get my paperwork in order and all that stuff. Make sure my kids are good and bills are going to get paid and I could still have fun. Because if I can't do both, I can't do it. But it sounds insensitive, but, you know, I guess if she would have chosen to do it in Spain, it would have been the same thing. I probably would have been harder to be in Spain because it's a longer flight, more expensive, and with that, I would have to do more paperwork. So my cousin's grandma was the first and only body that I've ever seen like that viewed. Now, when I was in the hospice, two people were taken out in black bags with a cute little quilt on top of it to make it nice. But when I saw that, in my head, I'm so stupid. In my head, I'm like, dang, can they just unzip the face so they could breathe? Like, I don't know. It just seems very cruel the way that they just put you in a black bag, zip you all the way up. What if, like, some people have woken up? I mean, I'm sure that the people at the hospice, they make sure you're gone. But some people have woken up in caskets and stuff. So after they've been in a body bag, after they've been shoved in that metal box thing, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I. How do you deal with that? So prayers up for Five Glitter and anybody else that's suffering right now. It's so hard to go through hardship stuff when everybody else is so happy and everybody's still saying, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I was crying all week. I was crying. No. But you can't say that because then you sound like a whiner and da 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 da. But I hate that people just expect you, like, Merry Christmas. People that you don't even talk to. I don't even know somebody had my number until I got a Happy Thanksgiving. I'm like, who's this? I hate saying that because I know, with the new phones, you switch phones. If the phones don't transfer everything, then you have to feel stupid on saying, who's this? But then I'm thinking, well, you haven't texted me since the last holiday, since last Thanksgiving or Christmas. So if we were talking often, I would have your number. You would have my. I don't know. I'm sure I'll get the text again for Christmas, like Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and this is a person that only texts during holidays. Just like, okay, but better than nothing, I guess. I got two Happy Thanksgiving and a cute life with my grandbaby. She's so smart. She's gonna have to skip grades. I already know. She's already advanced on everything. She's already at 4 months. She was already teething. Like she already has a little bump. She by Christmas, I wouldn't be surprised if she has her two little teeth by Christmas. But it started at 4 months. She was scooting and trying to like stand up, with holding hands, of course. At 4 months, it's crazy. I'm like, jeez. I thought my kids grew up fast, but dang, it seemed like the kids go faster and faster every year. Skip steps, I guess. Anyways, I just wanted to say hello because I know I haven't been on here in a while. And I just want you to do something nice for somebody. And if you haven't talked to somebody in a long time, call them up, text them, send them a voice note, a nice something, something. Because you never know the holidays are really hard for some people. Um, so just kind of spread kindness, spread love, and it comes back to you, believe me. I don't do it for that reason. You shouldn't either. But everything goes in a circle. What you give out is what you get back. So, just remember that. Anyways, I will see you very soon. Huh. Who's this? Jeez. I get nervous sometimes when I see the name because I think it could be somebody I know. And I'm like, jeez. But anyways, have a good one. Have a blessed night. Remember, a smile is free. You can smile for free, and you probably can make somebody's day just by smiling or waving at them. They'll be confused sometimes because people are getting used to people wanting something when they do something like that, but no reason. Just wanted to say hi, wanted to smile at you. I'll be like, oh, that's beautiful scarf, or and people, oh, it's just a little something. Now I'm not gonna be fake if I don't like it. I'm not gonna say it, but I do. You know how you be thinking stuff and you're like, I just started saying that, like, I'm just gonna start pushing out positivity. I've always been that way, but sometimes, like, I think being in Washington kind of changed me a little bit in that way because I remember when I first got here, it felt like people thought I was weird because I used to smile and wave at them. And then, of course, you got those that grab their purses tighter and stuff. It's like, please, like, please. But anyways, it is what it is. You just do your part, and it'll come back to you 10 times more. So, have a blessed one, guys. Be good to yourself. Love yourself. Pamper yourself. Do something nice for yourself. All right. Have a good one. Oh, I have the song. I'm trying to exit, exit, exit. Bye.